Hey guys, welcome back to another video where we will be looking at the new switch control for AgilePoint NX eForms. Switch or toggle switch buttons are commonly used in modern day software applications, websites, and mobile apps to provide user with a visual indication of a binary choice or to activate deactivate a specific feature or setting. We have been supporting traditional checkbox control in eForms since its inception, but as the web standards keep evolving, we are seeing usage of toggle switch buttons more and more, hence decided to include this as an option. In fact, if you see, all of our own newly created modules have moved from checkboxes to switch control itself. Let's look at this in action. So I'm in my AgilePoint portal, and just to give you an idea, if you go to our settings module, instead of checkboxes, we have now started moving everything to a toggle switch button. Now, how to achieve this kind of UI? We can go to Form Builder over here, and in the Common Control Toolbox over here, you'll see a new control called Switch. You can drag and drop this. This works very similar to the checkbox control. So if you go to Configure, you'll see a bunch of properties. You can set up a validation message for if this has been marked as required. You can specify the orientation of buttons, whether they would be stacked vertically or horizontally. You can specify the source. You can provide the options inline, which I'm going to do first, but there are other options as well. You can bind it to a predefined list, defined and managed center. You can bind it to a pick list, which is available in the data entity module, or you can look up data against an external data source and bind it to this controller and it would dynamically render those toggle buttons. Let's start with inline list for now. I'm going to enable sorting and I'm going to add three options to this. Let's say this one would be on by default. So I now have three of these switch buttons which are stacked vertically. If I do a preview, you can see that the third one is enabled by default. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on edit. We can always stack them horizontally as well. So it's a WYSIWYG designer. You can see it is getting changed in the background. And in the preview, now these are stacked horizontally. Now similarly, if I go over here, we'll switch it to vertical again. And instead of inline list, I'm going to bind it to say an external list like a pick list. In this case, it is asking me to specify what is my source pick list. And I'm going to say it would be opportunity status. Rest of the configuration remains the same. I have enabled sorting on it. Now this is a dynamic list. So that's why in design time, nothing is rendering. But if I do a preview, you can see a sorted toggle list which has been rendered over here. So with this, we come to the end of this short demo video. In addition to checkboxes, now we have ability to add toggle switch behavior to our forms. Thanks a lot for your time.